Hi friends, it's Nancy from nancyferbshares.com. Happy World Card Making Day, Saturday, October 2nd, 2021. Today I'm revisiting an older basic technique that we need to get reminded about and use more often. I'm using the Gorgeous Leaves stamp set, product number 153365 from the mini catalog, July through December of 2021. I am making my own designer series paper, and here are a few tips. I'm using the rustic earthy tones, so I have chosen to use very vanilla instead of bright white. Stamp off the edge of the paper to give the feeling of a bigger, more continuous design. Start with the large designs and then fill in with the smaller designs. And I am now down to the end of this paper. My last stamping will be this little bitty cluster of leaves, and this color is Mary Merlot. I will give you all the colors in a minute. I'm just going to fill in any area that I see that looks like it has some too much white space or too much vanilla space showing through. Just like that. Just fill it in everywhere. And if necessary, if you miss a spot, you can always go back and add. This is kind of foolproof stamping. And especially when you're doing leaves, if you think of them on the sidewalk, some of them might be torn or a little abused, so they don't have to be perfect on your sheet. Let's put a few right there. Alrighty. Now I am going to splatter just a touch of Old Olive ink. You want a juicy water-based marker for this. Take the tip of the marker and put it in the edge of the cap and then pull down quickly and you will get a little splatter. Each splatter will be different, and it's not a big splatter, it's just a little one, but it fills in some of the areas that are just plain vanilla. Okay? And you can see right here, you can see the little splatter, it just kind of fills in. I want to show you the colors that I have been using for this. I picked what I thought were fallish colors, and they are the Merlot, Cajun Craze, Curry, Pumpkin, and Crumb Cake. And the splatter is Old Olive. So these are, many of these are in the rich regals, which I consider kind of the fallish colors. We are done stamping. So there we have our full sheet. Just consider this a designer series paper, and you're going to cut it up and make some cards. So the card I'm going to concentrate on today is panels, and we want to cut a piece of cardstock 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. So we're going to put it in here and we're going to cut it 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. When you turn it over like this, you can just about see. And there I have an uninterrupted rest of the sheet that I can use for quite a few other cards. So this is our big sheet. Excuse me. So now we are going to go and cut 3 long panels. Each panel is going to be 1 1/4 inch. So we'll start, and you want to make sure your paper is in the ditch. There's 1 panel. Here's 2 and 3 panels. You want to be exact on your cutting. So there we have 3 panels. Okay, so we're done with our cutting. The base card that I have chosen for today is the Mary Merlot. I have marked the center of the card, and we're going to do 3 panels. Now, this is important to me. You don't want to do this. You don't want to mix up your panels like that. You want your panels to finish the design. See how that lines up there? And this lines up here. And that will give you more continuity in your design. Now, I like to start in the middle. I've marked my center, and that will kind of give me a place to start. I'm going to work from the center out. And this is a very little thin layer of the liquid Tombow glue. And I can just kind of slide it right up there and tell that I'm about in the middle. And I like the slideability of the Tombow glue. It grabs fairly quickly, but it gives you a couple of seconds to slide your layers around so that you have them exactly where you want them. You can see how the design is meeting up there, and I want to move this in just a little bit. Too far. Nice and easy. And you want to have the same distance between the panels. Nothing difficult if you have the starting point in the middle. Okay, isn't that pretty? Now, when you're doing your sheet, make sure that you cover it completely. One of the mistakes beginners use when they start one of these Make Your Own Designer Series paper is they don't fill it enough, and they get, it looks like polka dots. Fill it up with images. They can overlap a little bit, they can touch. This is leaves on the sidewalk that have just fallen, and you know how dense they can be sometimes, so fill it all up. From there, I'm just going to have a little greeting that says thanks, and behind there I put a little of the wood grain, and the wood grain is in here too, but it's light so you can't, it isn't pronounced. I wanted the leaves to be the most pronounced part. Now I have lots of dimensionals on here because I don't like my things to sag in the middle. And you only really need to take the sticky back off the things on the edge. The ones in the middle will just give support. I'm going to look at my design and see where I might want to best put it. And I kind of like it right here where maybe there's a few less leaves for it to interrupt. I have put 3 different brushed metallic dots right there for the embellishment. And there you have a quick, simple card. And these are the measurements that you started out with. Now I have a couple of other ideas. These were as I was playing and had different measurements. Here's one that was cut shorter. So you can cut them shorter and you can put your thanks down at the bottom. See how all the images line up here? And then here is another one without cutting your piece into panels. Instead of positioning this in the middle, the trend is to be more asymmetric. So if you mount it way over to the side, then just put a little bar of the bumblebee colored cardstock there, and then 3 of the brushed metallic dots all in a row there. So there's 3 ideas. I hope you will try this idea. World Card Making Day started in 2006, so this is the 15th anniversary. I hope you'll make some beautiful cards, And the most important part is send them to someone who needs a smile. Please visit me at nancyferbshares.com. You can get tips, tricks, place an order, or join my team. I would love to have you on my team. Thank you. Bye-bye.